Dave Corinth here. Welcome to my shop. Today I want to do an unboxing, and this was sent to me by Michael Jenks at Just Plain Fun. And he's always sending me packages. Sometimes they have wood in them so that I can make totes and knobs. Other times it's plain bodies that I can modify or add parts to make them complete. He sent me a lot of cool stuff over the years. And this one, he told me there was something inside it that when I open it, I needed to make sure that I filmed the unboxing. So I don't have any idea what's in here. But knowing him, it's probably going to be something like a brass plane because he's sent me several brass planes in the past. One that I can really modify that'll look kind of cool. Or it could be another number one body that's broken. I once made a number one chisel plane out of a broken number one plane. So I honestly don't have a clue what's in here. I'm just trying to rack my brain to think what it could possibly be. It could be a whole bunch of 101s because I like to modify them into small 1/2 size bench planes. Or it could be a whole bunch of brass that I could melt down to make one of those 1/2 size bench planes. I don't have a clue, but he told me I needed to film it. And he's never done that before. So whatever's in here, I'm probably going to like it. So let's get this box opened and see what's inside. There's the 40 scrub plane body. Ooh, nice. Type 3 with that. Oh, Type 2 with that rib support. Good deal. Now, this is the item that I don't have a clue what this thing is. So let's just find out. Let's get this out of the way. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, it's an Infill. Oh my. Would you look at this? Okay, let's take a closer look at this. First off, oh, look at that. An Infill. Oh, I'm so excited. So here is the 40 body. It's a Type 2, which means that it has this raised rib support, but no raised ring around the knob. And I will modify this and make it look like that when I'm done. I'll add a tote and a knob, a new iron, and a bronze cap. But you know what? Who cares? This is what we want to look at. And I'm going to be honest. As soon as I saw what it was, I messaged Mr. Jenks and asked him what he wanted done with it. And he told me it's mine to keep. So this is a gift from Michael to me, and I cannot thank him enough. I vaguely remember mentioning to him at the Midwest Tool Collectors National Meet in Bowling Green, Kentucky, that I would like to get an Infill. And apparently he listened and he found one and he sent me this one. This is absolutely awesome. These things are beasts. They're super heavy. And I absolutely have wanted one forever. And I'm going to be honest with you as well. I don't know diddly squat about these. Couldn't tell you to save my life. I know it's a plane. I know it's steeper than 45 degrees, about 47, 48, somewhere in that range. They are absolutely the sexiest plane out there. Hands down, there's just something about an Infill plane. So let's get a closer look at this, take it apart a little bit as much as we can and see what's going on with this plane. The first thing I noticed is that the knob or the front chunk of wood here, I don't know what this is called on an Infill, you can see that it is split and loose, but it's held in place by this pin. So that should be a pretty simple repair. You drive this pin out either this way or this way, and then you basically reglue this, put it back together, reset the pin, and that should be a pretty easy fix. There looks like there's a crack right here, but that's not a horrible crack. That one should be pretty easy to fix. It's got some surface rust on the sides. Who cares? It's got some surface rust on this side. Who cares? The bronze cap. Let's take this. These don't come out. They're actually on a pin that pivots, so it's permanent. You're not getting that bad boy out. But look at that knob. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely. There's a name for those, and I can't think of what it is. I'll put it up here somewhere when I do the old Googling on it and figure out what it's called. And I've heard it before, but I just can't remember what this style of screw is called. It does have an iron and a chip breaker, so let's pull those out and take a gander at them. This one says, I don't know what it says. Let's get closer here. Oh yeah, Fenton and Marsden, Sheffield, warranted steel. So I don't think the iron says that because I can vaguely see an NY, which I would assume means New York. And it says Auburn, it looks like, or Buffalo maybe? Buffalo? Yeah, Buffalo, New York, which tells me that that is an Ohio blade, which is definitely not the original blade of this plane. But you know what? Who cares? We can get an iron for it. Not in bad shape. It definitely has lots of length left to it. And probably going to use this blade to start just to get it tuned up. And then if I can find a replacement, we'll put a replacement in it. So let's get this apart and see what the business end looks like. That come off pretty easy. Okay, so this is the chip breaker. They have this bronze nut inserted into them, which is kind of cool. You don't see that on Bailey planes. Definitely in good shape. I don't see any issues with it. It's not bent. That's pretty straight, good and thick. Has, boy, talk about a point. My gosh, that really comes to a point on the end of that chip breaker. So now let's look at the iron. It's got some surface rust. That's not even that really. It's more dirt than anything. But it does have some surface rust on there. But that'll lap out. Not a problem at all. And it's got some rust up here, some pitting right in there. But it's definitely got a grind that is more shallow than 25 degrees or even 30 degrees. That's pretty shallow. That was done because it made them easier to sharpen. I'm not a big fan of that. So we'll put the correct grind on this, lap this thing down, and see how well it works. Now let's look at the body. It looks like walnut to me right off the get-go. Might be mahogany. I don't really know. I'll have to really do some closer look upon it. I mean, mahogany and walnut sometimes can look the same, especially when they're really old. And this is obviously pretty old. Probably turn of the century, 1900, 1910. No Norris adjuster, but again, I don't care. You can see where the nut for the chip breaker slides in here. It stays out of the way. The bottom of it looks like someone tried to make it a C and add some corrugations. Again, don't care. Not going to affect the use of this plane because I can assure you this is going to be a user in my list of planes. I'm definitely going to be using this. Absolutely gorgeous. Looks like it might have had something stamped here. We'll do a lot closer investigation on that, but I really can't tell yet. I don't see any maker's marks or names. So if any of you out there watching this know who might have made this plane, I would definitely love to know. The great thing about these is that once you put that iron in, the mouth on these is super tight. And that lets you get into some really difficult, funky woods and do some serious work. So with the heft of this plane, the weight of it, the thick iron, and that massive cap, there's virtually no chatter whatsoever when you get one of these tuned up right, which we're going to do. So overall, I mean, this thing's in outstanding shape as far as I'm concerned. You can see that crack right there. That's an easy fix. Not even worried about it. And I'm not going to do a crazy cleanup on this. I want to leave the patina on the wood. The sides, I don't know yet. We'll see how bad this rust goes in right here. But it feels just like surface rust. I'm not going to get crazy with that. Probably do my typical steel wool and simple green to get the side cleaned up. Gonna lap the sole. I'm definitely not going to be able to take those corrugations out. But again, I don't care. 99.9% of the time you see a plane like this. Not like that. I think it'll look great just like this. So let's put this thing back together. And then I'm going to do some research on the internet and get some, hopefully some ideas of what this thing is. And again, if you know anything about this plane, just by looking at it, and you are one of those infill experts, I would love to hear from you. Please, if you know, don't be shy. Put it in the comments. Contact me. Whatever you want to do, I will take any information or help I can get on this infill plane. Well, that was certainly a very good unboxing. I was completely taken back by the fact that Michael Jenks sent me this beautiful infill plane as a gift. And I do not take that lightly. Thank you very much, Michael. I really do appreciate this. I also appreciate, of course, the scrub plane bodies. But the star today is definitely this beautiful infill plane. I'm going to get this thing tuned up. And, of course, we're going to make a video on that. But more importantly, if you know anything about these infill planes, or this one in particular, I would love to hear it in the comments. If you know any tips, advice, again, I don't know anything about infills. All I know is they're planes and they're beautiful. So if you have any advice, please feel free to add it to the comments, and I would love to hear about it. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll make more. And of course, thank you for watching.